Hi, it's Fraser Malcolm here for Golf FM at North Berwick East Links Glen Golf Club, and I'm just going to do a little video on how to stop hitting the ball fat when you're chipping around the greens. Okay, so hitting the ball fat around the greens is one of the most annoying things you can do. It is the main cause of all your problems around the greens. I think it even goes on to thinning when you try to avoid hitting it fat, but it kind of starts from here. And I think it comes about mainly from you get the face closed in the backswing, and you present the leading edge to the ground and it becomes like a spade to the club. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is the leading edge and that's the back edge, and you can see that the back edge is lower down than the front. So that's when the club's sitting normally. So when it's sitting on the grass, it comes back like that. You've got all the loft on it. And this back edge is actually pushing the club up out of the ground. So when you hit down, it almost tries to come back out. It's called the bounce. So if you somehow present the leading edge only to the ground, like that, well then that's like a spade now, because this bit isn't interacting with the turf at all. You've turned it to such a point, you've de-lofted it, lent the club down, and this is now acting like a spade or a shovel that just wants to dig into the ground and it won't come out. It gets snagged and stuck, and that's what causes you to hit it fat. So if we have a look at me trying to deliberately hit a shot fat, this is kind of what it looks like. So I would set up, if you see it from this angle, I would set up almost with too much weight on my left side. You also get people that get told to set up like this, and they do it too much. They set up too much on this left side, too much weight on that left side, leaning the club too far forward. They've got some of the setup things right, but they've done it too much. And that keeps that face closed and down into the ground. So if you see it from this angle, leaning forward, hands forward, closed club face, dug a hole in the ground. Just can't go anywhere else. You're just leaning the club forward, presenting this spade side to it. It hits into the turf like a spade, and it won't come out. That's why you can't do it on AstroTurf, because when you hit on mats and you hit on a hard surface, it can't actually dig through it. Well, it just slides through, and so you don't see it when you're hitting it really at driving ranges. You can sort of feel when you've hit it fat, but it won't really do the same thing as it does on grass, because the grass gives way and it just digs in. So how do you sort it? Well, one of the things you do is you don't lean so far forward. You have a little bit of weight on your left side, but not very much, and you don't have your hands away forward like this. You have them just off the inside of the left thigh, and that's enough forward for a normal chip shot. You don't need to have any more than that. I stand slightly open as well with my feet off to the left, just to allow my body to turn through, because that's the other side of it that you need to do for stopping hitting it fat. But this I'll just show you exactly what we're trying to achieve to stop hitting it fat in the backswing. Instead of that closed position, we're going to try and let the face slightly rotate open. I call it letting the face open on the way back. If you see it from this angle as well, so it's there and I'm turning it there. So it's a bit like I've done in some other videos. If you look at the watch face is pointing that way. As you turn back, it starts to turn out to the side. It doesn't continue to look at the ground. That's the wrong thing. Okay, so it's got to slightly rotate open. You're just rolling your wrists. It's like if you saw it from this angle, that watch face is pointing out that way. As you turn back, it rolls and up to the sky. So that's how you would normally do a natural swinging action. It's just trying to let the start of that natural swinging action happen. And it's very easy to not do it, especially when chipping, when you're not moving your body completely. You're not turning, you're just staying pretty still. It's very easy just to keep that face closed. You start snagging the ground and hitting it fat. So let's see if it works on the way through. So open and through. And you usually get quite a lot of nice height. You can tell if you're doing it right. You'll graze the turf it'll slide through and you get easy height. The other thing you notice when people are hitting it fat is when they do hit a good shot, it's usually quite low because they've de-lofted it slightly and they've maybe just nicked it off the turf and haven't dug in, but they haven't got the full loft of the club onto the ball, so you don't get the height. The other thing you do need to do, trying to keep this short and sweet, is make sure your body keeps turning through. So you get this, you want to finish with your hands nice and straight through there. And the only way you can do that is if your top half, your chest and your arms all turn through together. It's not an absolute anti-fat mechanism, but it's just part of the good chipping mechanism that you need. So when I'm setting up, if I'm worried about hitting it fat, just make sure I get that face slightly open and make sure I turn and point the club through and extend the arms. And that easy height again. And that's it really. You just need to remember to set up without too much weight in your left side and open the face in the backswing. And as long as you keep turning top half through, like you should do for all chip shots and all normal shots, you'll be fine. Okay, thanks.